So it's beautiful, man. Whew, I don't know how this could get any better than this, but hello, Taurus. Welcome to, your December soul session. I am Princess India if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. I keep changing that up every time and I look ridiculous. So anywho, if you're not familiar with what my soul sessions are, they are my spirituality and personal development readings, in which we look at the energy that you guys are going to experience this month for the sole purpose of giving you some clarity and guidance and hopefully some advice to help you with your particular situation. And I jumped because 3 cards fell out, but because I was doing my spiel, I'm not going to take them. But if by chance they do end up coming out again, then I will, because my intentions were not set. But anywho, we do this for the purpose of giving you guys some clarity and guidance in reference to the energies that you all may face this month. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm so sorry if you can hear me shuffling. I sincerely apologize, but I'm going to go ahead and clear my deck a little bit and go ahead and get into you guys' cards. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's see. All right. Taurus, I just love how y'all just got all this just going on. I know you're lying to me. Okay, so one of the cards that had fell out in the first 3, it turned sideways again. So we're going to take this as your central energy. It's the devil in the reverse. You can't make this stuff up, people. You just can't make it up. So anywho, we have your central energy, we have a challenge, we have a past influence, we have future possibilities, your above energy, and your below energy. If the rest of those cards that fell out are there, I'm just going to pass out, catch a seizure, you know. Anywho, at the bottom of your deck, we have the Hermit. Interesting. Okay, so Taurus, your undergirding energy that is influencing all of the cards we're going to be looking at here today, in this beautiful day in December, depending on when you watch this. But with a Hermit, that's Virgo energy, BTW. With the devil, that's Capricorn energy. But with this Hermit, what we're talking about is you guys in the month of December, a lot of what's going to be influencing your encounters and your energies that you guys experience this month is going to have a great deal to do with introspection. It's really the desire to get to the bottom of something. The something that I feel you guys are attempting to get to the bottom of is in reference to what your central energy is, which is the devil in the reverse. So it's I don't know why I need to say it like this, any illicit addictions. I had to put illicit in front of it. Any illicit addictions or bondage in the form of mental habits or mindsets or anything of the sort, anything that's acting as a supplement. And I said this before, I just can't quite remember to who or when. I believe it was Cancer. If you guys have Cancer in your chart, I said that in the collective reading, the card that they had was in reference to addictions. And I was saying to them about the void. And it's the same essence that I feel with you all, Taurus. It's more or less with this devil in the reverse. It's the opportunity for you all to be set free from bondage. However, there is a couple of things that we need to know when we're making changes in our life, which we get through introspection. And it's more or less finding the root cause of things or the influence or what's the motivating factor behind it. So if we're talking in reference to addictions, right? The sole purpose that anyone has any form of an addiction is because it's an attempt to either avoid, right? Or to fill temporarily some void, right? But that still falls under the realm of avoidance. So the main thing is that you guys are going to be looking for in your introspection. And truth be told, with this being December, and I've talked about that in the collective reading, the importance of looking back at your year, going back to this time last year and seeing what has changed in your life, what has changed about you, what goals you've achieved, what goals you haven't achieved, you know. and kind of taking that self-analysis perspective to your experience in so many words. But the whole reason for doing this is finding out what that void is. Like, what is this thing that you have felt bound by? What is this thing that you've been trying to avoid? What is this emotion you've been trying to avoid, or something that you're attempting to sidestep? Because I feel whatever this is, there is an opportunity to be set free from it. However, I feel that this has inhibited your leveling up or your transformation in some way, shape, or form. Another amount of context that I can give you, not an amount, but another perspective or context that I can give you in reference to this is it's something tangible. Like it's something in 3D that you're using to, this is so interesting. It's something you're using in 3D because in essence, this is what all addictions are, but it's something you're using in 3D to supplement for something spiritual. So this could be, and this is going to be a really silly example, but this could be kind of like, oh gosh, like they have these things, which my staff likes to use to tease me with. There's this thing on Amazon called a boyfriend pillow, right? And it's like, it's like a pillow and it has like a dude shirt on it and it has like an arm, right? So you can sleep, so you can feel like you're being held, you know what I'm saying? So, so it's kind of something like that. Like, you know, your boyfriend, girlfriend's out of town and, you know, you have trouble sleeping. So you use like the boyfriend, girlfriend pillow as a supplement, you know what I mean? But it's something like that. It's something that you're using, in 3D to supplement for an inner feeling. So it's this contrast between, which I've been seeing with everyone, of this whole didactic masculine external world and feminine internal world energy, if you will. So that's just some context to help you guys with your diving deep. Now, the challenge here, whoa, that's just what shit, is the Six of Coins in the reverse. So it's the fact that there is no reciprocity. The challenge is seeing how it is that you are released from bondage with whatever this is that you guys have been grappling with, Taurus, is, and I actually touched on this in the extended with Aries. I was speaking to them, I gave them a whole TED talk about how, about alchemy. And how alchemy, the whole process of alchemy, turning lead into gold, is an esoteric metaphor. And there were people who were actually attempting to turn lead into gold, right? It's the beginnings of chemistry and things of the sort. But it was never about turning lead into gold. It was a metaphor for ascension, spiritual ascension, right? It's the whole transformation process. So I'm saying this because when you're using your discernment, because I talked to Aries about, and all of this relates to you, so I'm not just going off on a tangent, but I talked to Aries about the whole process of transformation and how I often refer to the Likert scale of life. And I talked to them about how they spent one facet of their life, which is why I'm saying this, because I feel like you guys are in a very similar place. It's spending one facet of your life being a person who's led by their emotions and led by their heart. And then you get disappointed several times. So the logical explanation is stop listening to your emotions in your heart. Go to the brain. Brain can't lead you wrong, right? So you move to that side of the Likert scale where you're working off of intellect, right? And then you start to realize that that no longer works. And then it's like, what other option is there? So that's our diet. That's our yin and yang. That's our, you know, male, feminine, masculine, feminine, right? So there actually is another path, which is the middle road, which is what that whole process of alchemy speaks to. It's transcending. It's understanding that it isn't black or white, up, down, left, right. You know what I mean? The whole process of mastering your proverbial heart, then mastering your proverbial mind, is to realize the worth and value of both, which would be temperance energy. And we're in Sagittarius season, and temperance relates to Sagittarius, right? So we're talking about walking the middle road, which is a life of balance. It's not spending too much on one side. I say all of that to say that with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, that's the issue that my Taurians are dealing with, right? It's moving too far to one side or moving too far to the other. And the whole challenge this month is transcending that. If we bring it into the sense of speaking of discernment, because that would be the whole purpose as to why you want to balance the heart and the mind, is because you can channel spirit or higher knowledge, higher wisdom through both your human emotions and your thought space, right? And they can help each other out. So I feel with the telltale sign for you all, and this is something you can put in the back pocket and take with you forward, which may be something that's reinforced in your self-reflection time, is more or less whenever there's something in life that you're pouring into, right? And it's not reciprocating, then that's a sign that it's not in alignment with highest vibration, spirit, universe, whatever you want to call it, agape love, whatever term you want to use for it. It's not in alignment with the highest vibration. And it's 9 times out of 10 that you want to let go. You know what I mean? Because we live in a realm of reciprocity. Every single thing on earth, and let's not look at humans because we are the only creation that does not obey the laws all the time. But if we look at nature, everything follows a system, a cycle, a process. There's steps to everything. This is something in life that can't be escaped. Human beings, with us being consciously aware, meaning that I am who I am and I am aware that I am who I am at the same time, we have a tendency to think that we can evade these laws, but we cannot. The reason why all of us, and I could say this from all the signs that I've done and just humanity at large, the reason why we end up in repetitive cycles, right, which is what the devil upright would be. So with it being in the reverse for you all, it's saying you guys are coming out of a cycle. But the reason why we end up in repetitive cycles is because of this silly notion that we have that somehow we don't have to obey the laws of the universe. And we do. Because everything that you sow, you will continue to reap, because that is just the way that everything works. You know what I mean? So the whole process is more or less giving you guys insight into what it is that has been holding you guys back and what has been bondage. For each of you, it's going to be something different. However, this is a very much internal thing that I feel is going to manifest itself to you. The sign to know if this is the thing that has been your proverbial chain, if you will, is something in your life or someone in your life that you give a lot of time, effort, and energy into that does not reciprocate back. If it doesn't reciprocate back, it is not in alignment with higher vibration. It's not in alignment with spirit. It's not in your highest good, because it's robbing you in essence. So it's taking from you and it's not replenishing that which you're investing into it. So when we talk about training your discernment or your intuition or your psychic gifts or however it is that you want to look at it, right? It's little intricacies like this, little energy signatures are things that you kind of want to put in the file in your brain for you to know what you're dealing with. So if we say, like with me reading tarot cards, what I'm really reading is energy signatures. Each one of these cards represents a different energy signature. And a collection of energy signatures make systems, and each of those systems are representative of something that actually exists in 3D. It's like sacred geometric kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I say all of that to say, Taurus. It's interesting you guys reading is going this way, but anywho. But I say all of that to say, Taurus, this is the main theme you guys want to keep in mind. When it comes to the pruning or the things that you're surrendering this month, right? You're looking, thank you for that word, spirit, fluidity. That is the word that you're looking for, Taurus, is, that's funny. It's like, let me help her out. Fluidity. Okay. But anything in life that has the essence of fluidity is how you know that it's spirit. Anything that is static, anything that is stagnant, right? Anything that is one-sided, that is not reflective of spirit, because spirit is fluid. It's ebb and flow. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little something to keep in the back pocket. So you guys, past influence is the sun in the reverse. I always consider this card material happiness or half-hearted happiness. It's when things look really, really great on the outside, or people perceive another person. So Taurus, people looking at you and feeling like, oh my gosh, things are so grand. And you're like, meh, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's half-hearted happiness. It's happiness that is fulfilled via the external world. So it's having all of those great material trappings, right? But still not feeling fulfilled. It's having accomplished everything on your bucket list, or everything on what is it, your New Year's resolution list, is having accomplished all of those things, but still feeling as if something is missing, and having every single thing imaginable that you thought would make you happy, right? And still not being happy. Now, with this being your past influence, this is an energy that you guys are carrying into December, right? But another element that I see with the sun in the reverse, and that's Leo energy, BTW. Another element that I see with the sun in the reverse is a disconnect from one's inner child, right? Or a lack thereof of vulnerability, if you will. So a theme that I've been seeing thus far with all of the signs that I've done prior to you, of course, I'm reading, my intention is to read for December. My secondary intention is more or less being open to the fact that 9 times out of 10, because this is the last soul session of 2020, I'm pretty sure I'd be picking up on things for the entire year. But the thing that I started to see with Aries is that I feel the things that I'm picking up on here have a great deal to do with this eclipse that transpired on the 30th of November, right? So it's more or less something is being eclipsed out of your life. And the thing that's being eclipsed out of your life is something 9 times out of 10, because it's in Gemini, and that's 5th house stuff. So it's 9 times out of 10 something that's coming from, you know, like family of origin kind of stuff, relationship oriented type of stuff. You know what I mean? Identity stuff, you know? And I feel with you guys, this is more or less like a deeper kind of thing. So if we talk about emotional vulnerability, and the lack thereof, is more or less a self-protection type of thing. So if I were to pick up on a specific type of person, a Taurus person, that this would be reflective of, it would be a Taurus person who's a loner. They're kind of solo dolo. They may have people in their life, but there's a certain level of distance that you have. And I don't necessarily feel that you want that. I feel with the 6 of coins in the reverse, this is more or less speaking to probably one of the greatest challenges in your life that I know all Taurians face, which is the fact if somebody needs something, whether it's money or a ride or whatever, Taurians are always the ones who supply material needs. However, the ways that you are showing up for other people, they're not showing up for you in that way. Now, we're not talking about writing everybody off like, you know, everybody is like, ooh, you're not in alignment with spirit, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? This is where your discernment comes in. It's a need to be aware of what you're expecting and from who. You know what I'm saying? If you got a broke friend that ain't got no job and you loan your broke friend money, 9 times out of 10, babe, your broke friend is not going to pay you back. I'm just saying, because your broke friend ain't got the money. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make them a terrible person. It just means in the sense of when this person comes to ask you for something and you know they can't pay you back, you would want to ensure for your own benefit that you're giving to this person from your access as opposed to from your reserves. So if you only got $20 left in your account, you probably wouldn't want to give them your last 20 because you just ain't going to be eating until you get paid again. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a need to use discernment with how it is that you guys are giving to people and who it is that you're giving to. However, with this devil in the reverse, even though you guys are coming out of this energy, I feel the history of what has happened that's in the center of this spread that's been perpetuated is there's a distance that's kept because I feel there's a lack of trust, you know what I'm saying, for other people or for letting them into your inner sanctum, right? But because as human beings, we're relational beings. So on some level or another, we do need human contact, you know what I mean? And relational experiences with other people. I feel that's where this devil energy came in. It's something that you guys were missing, whether that's from your childhood or this is just throughout your adult life. You know what I mean? Things that you were missing in your life, it's trying to fill that with stuff and things, external stuff, to fill the void of what it is you guys have always felt was missing or what you started to feel later on in your life was missing. And I feel subconsciously, and I'm about to turn over you guys below energy, I feel subconsciously a lot of this doing and giving and being in the external world is all like it's like a subconscious attempting to come to a subconscious resolve, in so many words, to fill this void, in so many words. But it can be different things. For some of you, it could be achievement. With some of you, it could be like having nice cars, money, things of the sort, a whole bunch of degrees, a whole bunch of friends, losing a whole bunch of weight, whatever the case may be. It's a lot of 3D stuff that was done. So a lot of energy from within yourself you've been channeling without, but the whole motivation behind why it is that you did that or are doing that or were doing that is because you were trying to get something reciprocated to that hole that you were feeling within you, right? And I feel that's more or less the realization you all are going to come to this month, is seeing what was the true motivation behind a lot of stuff that you were doing. And it's the thought of like, oh no, I just really like, you know, Maseratis. I just like collecting Maseratis just because I like Maseratis. You know what I mean? And it's coming to the realization of like, holy crap, the reason why I have like a whole bunch of Maseratis is because, like, you know, I don't know, my daddy wasn't there or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming to a realization like that. And the purpose for that is to more or less eradicate this, to no longer invest into things that aren't investing into you, and coming or showing up in life and achieving things or acquiring things from more of a pure place. So not acquiring them to fill a void, if that's making sense. So you guys' underlying energy is the 5 of Wands in the reverse. So it's an inner conflict. It's being at war with oneself. And this is something I talk about a lot in therapy that happens, especially if I'm talking to some Taurians that are control freaks. When I talk about that mirror reflection that happens of, and like, just like when we talk about how your subconscious is influencing you, I love that this is coming out like this, Taurus, because this is such a great teaching tool for this concept that can seem a tad bit convoluted at times. When we talk about subconscious projection, right? Like when people, you're projecting on me, right? It's not just projecting on people, it's projecting on to life, right? And it's stuff that you're doing that it's like, I don't know, I just do that, or I just like that, right? There's always a rhyme and reason behind everything. It's never just, you know, because someone said in my comments one time, it's like, is there a why that I like the color purple? And it's like, actually there is. It's like, no, I like the color purple just because I like it. That's what you think. You know what I'm saying? There's always something deeper to, like, everything in life, I believe wholeheartedly, is an oracle. So from the style of clothing that you wear to the way that you wear your hair, or the style of architecture that you like, all of these things seemingly to the conscious mind seem to say, oh, I just like that just because I like it. But nah, everything in the world is symbolic. Everything has a deeper meaning. So all of these things that you gravitate towards, they're all saying something about you. You just have to know how to look, how to decode it, where to look, you know what I mean? But I say all of that to say, with this 5 of Wands in the reverse and you guys' underlying energy, there's an inner conflict. If I'm talking to a Taurus that's a control freak, where it's needing to have everything in a specific order or needing things to be done in a specific way, that is a subconscious projection, in the sense that people who usually feel out of control within themselves or feel heavily in conflict within themselves have a tendency to be controlling over other people, right? Wanting to know what other people are doing, where you're going, where you at, type of stuff. Or it's keeping very intricately neat and tidy environments, needing everything to be according to height order in each specific area. And if it's not, it throws them completely off base. That's the subconscious mind's way of saying to the conscious mind, like, why are you so obsessed with needing things to be in order and need things to be controlled? Oh, I just like things to be neat, tidy, and controlled and in order because it just bothers me just because. Nah, it's because of this 5 of Wands in the reverse. It's being an inner conflict, and it's almost releasing that subconscious pressure by having things in order, right? Because the subconscious, mind you, it doesn't work like your conscious mind does. It's not like the thoughts that are running all day long. It's like these are motivations that are promoting what it is that you're doing day to day that you're not consciously aware of. So if there's any question that you could ask yourself or someone asks you and you're like, I don't know, I just like it, it's 9 times out of 10 something that's subconscious. So with my Taurians, you guys approaching things in this manner, whether it's giving to people a great deal, whether it's addictions, whether it's keeping distance from people, whether it's acquiring a whole bunch of stuff, all of these things are feeding into trying to heal this inner conflict one has within themselves. Now, what is this inner conflict within yourself? I can't tell you that because I'm not you. You know what I'm saying? So this is a part of that sacred work that we speak about in the Hermit. This is that introspection. The beauty of this journey is diving deep within oneself to face your own proverbial devil or demons, right? To see what the true root of the problem is. However, I can assure you that for some time now, a great deal of this has probably been coming up in your dream space and things of the sort. And I just wrote a book on it. So just throwing it out there. It's going to be available on the website. I'm probably going to put it up sometime tomorrow. But anywho, your above energy, we have the 10 of Cups in the reverse. So here's the deal, Taurus. What you guys are consciously aware of is the fact that you aren't happy and you aren't 100% fulfilled. That goes back to the sun in the reverse. But the beautiful thing about this is, with the sun in the reverse energy, what you guys are coming into December with, it's an undefined energy. So like everything it is that I told you, it's kind of like this nagging kind of inkling, you know, where it's a fleeting thought, if you will. But with this 10 of Cups in the reverse being atop your spread, it's more or less saying that this month you guys are, in the month of December, going to become very clear on the root of this conflict. The root of the conflict is more or less like a pebble in your shoe. It's like your soul telling you, I'm not happy. I'm not happy here. I'm not happy with this person. It's like, I'm not getting anything out of this. It's like I'm either acquiring more stuff or, God forbid, using more drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying everything and it's like I'm still not happy. For some people, this could literally be the thought that at once upon a time, and I know I had said this in the Taurus Bay readings, I was talking about a Taurus person that was like, you know, like really focused on work and money and acquiring things and things of the sort. So, you know, I don't know if y'all trying to cross watch the soul sessions and things, but if you are, you're in for a treat. Because I would say it's more or less coming to a place of realizing a sense of unfulfillment, of thinking that maybe the money and the job and all of that stuff was going to do it. But with all it is that you've put in, even though you've gotten a material gain back, it's the fact that I'm not happy. Or a person who felt they didn't want to be in a relationship or they didn't have time for a relationship, coming to the realization of like, wow, I really do want that. You know what I mean? But all of this is a byproduct of introspection. You know, that's when our insights come. The reason why meditation time is so imperative is because it's musings and insights that come in that time that are life altering, I assure you. Now your energy going forward, oh, you have the star card. Oh my gosh, this is so good, dude. This is so beautiful. This makes me happy. Taurus, legit. Doing this deep dive this month of Surrender December. And coming to a resolve and getting clear with yourself, getting to the root of whatever it is that has been the thorn in your side up until this time. You guys do this work this month, you are going to be going into 2021, going into January, feeling as if your hopes are restored. It's almost like a cleansing or a proverbial baptism, if you will. It's shedding all of the layers of all of the many, many things that have held you back. It's coming to this true realization of what this whole thing called life is really about. And that has been legit the the end goal, I think, of every single reading I've done thus far. It's almost as if everybody is coming home, and it's like coming home to spirit. It's like every single sign I've done up to this point is given an opportunity to almost see the thing, like I said in the collective reading, the thing that has been the root of your unhappiness, the thing that has stood between you and spirit for far too long. And it's not the thing that you thought it was. It's not the person you thought it was, right? All of this goes back to those of you who've been here for some time. Hello, new subscribers. But those of you who've been here for some time, by some time, I mean literally October, which really wasn't that long ago. All of the stuff I talked about for that portal, this is all of the stuff I was talking about. Like, this is the roundabout. It's like you go through that portal and it's facing your Judas in the mirror. It's not in that one instance. That entire month of November, 1-1, mirror, that entire 30-day period was an extended staring in the mirror at yourself, right? And seeing how it is choices and decisions that have been made up to this point, how they have all gotten us to exactly where it is that we are now. The beauty of it is that there's no judgment in that. It's just in the fact of people coming to a very clear realization of what it is many of us thought that life was about. It's about something so much greater than that. There's actually something to live for that is greater than celebrity or notoriety or money or, you know, houses, cars, clothes, all this other kind of stuff. There's something that you can live for that transcends all of those things, that gives life meaning, whether you have everything in the world or you have nothing at all, because that is the one thing that you can have that can never, ever be taken away from you. And that's coming back into the realization of who it is that you really are. And I think it's beautiful, Taurus, because this is almost, like I said, pulling that last thorn out of your side. It's kind of saying, like, you know, F the stuff. I ain't trying to do this. You know, get me back to my peace, get me back to my hope, get me back to my stability, you know? So it's beautiful, man. Whew, I don't know how this could get any better than this, but I'm going over to my website, Patreon, YouTube members, and Vimeo. I think that's all of them, to do you guys extended reading. So if you're about that life, follow me on over there. Oh, that's Aquarius energy, by the way. Forgot about that. But, oh, and then, you know, Saturn and Jupiter are going into Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? Little blessings and things coming, hard work paid off, whatnot, or whatever. Anyway, I'm going over there to do you guys extended. If you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your face. And I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends. Bull gang. Bull gang.